everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to the 20th episode of my special segment on my channel for 2019, 007, A Bondiful Year. If you're new to my channel, let me just say welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. And for all of you returning, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around for these past couple of months. This has definitely been such a fulfilling project for me, and the best way to celebrate this is to give you a triple dose of 007 in the month of November. And this time around, we're going to be hitting a major milestone and a major turning point at the very same time, with the 2002 film Die Another Day, once again featuring Pierce Brosnan as the great 007. So this movie is a monumental film, because not only is this the 20th James Bond film in the library, this is the first time where a James Bond film was released in an anniversary year. This year of 2002 marked 40 years of James Bond being on the big screen since 1962, when Sean Connery played 007 in Dr. No. And as a turning point, this would also be the final time that Pierce Brosnan would play James Bond, and it would also be the last time that we would see a great deal of the reoccurring characters in the current James Bond movies, because we would not see James Bond for a couple of years, and the next time we saw him, it was going to be a whole new ballgame. And ironically, the only person that actually would not die that very day would be Judi Dench as M. So in this film, we see a very interesting opening sequence as James Bond is in North Korea trying to take down the son of a major head in the North Korean army, as he is trying to surpass his father and use his own intentions for the most evil of purposes, along with his muscle Zhao. James Bond may have taken this army man down, but he is not gonna get the easy escape route, as he is captured by this soldier's father, and for the next couple of months, James Bond is in a North Korean prison where he is tortured and beaten and bruised and battered to try and see if they can get any information out of him. And then he is finally rescued thanks to a prisoner exchange thanks to MI6. After James Bond is brought back to health, he is told by M that he is no longer a valuable asset because he has no idea if he has given the enemy information, nor does MI6 know if he has exposed them. But he still believes that he needs to do something, because what has also been happening is the fact that not only he wants to get revenge on Zhao, but he also finds out that there is this new entrepreneur that has emerged out of nowhere named Gustav Graves, and he has found these diamonds in Iceland. They are almost exact replicas of blood diamonds in Africa, but he has made a fortune, and now he is about to reveal a brand new project named Icarus that is going to create permanent sunlight for certain locations that are controlled by satellites for the sake of allowing crops to flourish, as well as other important things for the environment. But of course, James Bond believes that something is up, and he definitely wants to get to know who Gustav Graves is. And it's not just James Bond. It looks like the United States is in on this too. But it's not Felix Leiter who James Bond encounters. It is the NSA agent Jinx, who is played by the fantastic Halle Berry. So this all sounds good, right? But this movie is terrible, guys. It is definitely not the worst, but it is such a disappointment to know that this landmark achievement in film history, when it comes to franchises, is just not exactly what we all expected it to be. I didn't think the dynamics of the characters were great. I didn't think that the story was good. As a matter of fact, I thought that it was pretty predictable, especially with the plot twist revolving around Gustav Graves. And even the song isn't any good, and it's kind of scary because of the fact that the song for the opening credits this time is sung by a pop music icon, the legendary Madonna, with also a very interesting fun fact. This is also the very first movie where the singer of the opening song actually makes a cameo appearance in a James Bond film. That has never happened before. You gotta look for Madonna to see where she actually is in this film. But it just was not a good song. I don't think it's good. I think it's annoying, to be honest, because it just feels like it's on a constant track loop. But there's also another character in this film, and that, of course, is Miranda Frost, who is played by the Ice Queen from Gone Girl herself, Rosamund Pike. And she's a great actress, don't get me wrong, but again, even she doesn't have great chemistry with James Bond in this film, and even though her character does play a very crucial role in this film, it's also just something that I sort of saw coming, and the fact that I was basically able to predict this James Bond film from beginning to end is just not good. Not even the comedy does well, even with John Cleese playing Q, because unfortunately Desmond Llewellyn at this point in time has officially passed away. He didn't even have any great moments with James Bond either, and it's such a pity because I'm such a John Cleese fan. I think there was only one joke that I actually thought was funny, and even the gadgets that he's given in this film are just not good and useful. They don't really seem to be used for the good things that we see within James Bond films. It was also a real pity that even Pierce Brosnan and Halle Berry did not work well off of each other, because there were plans to give Halle Berry's character Jinx her own spin-off franchise, and I think it would have been really cool to see what else is going on in the world of 007 with this character, but I think that she was very much used in all the wrong ways, and Halle Berry is an excellent actor. A lot of the actors in this film are great actors, but they just didn't hit the mark with Die Another Day, and like I said, it's sad because the 20th James Bond film, the final film from Pierce Brosnan, I think that when it comes to any of the James Bond actors up until this point that got the worst send-off possible, I think that Pierce Brosnan really did get the real raw end of the stick with Die Another Day. And that's pretty much what happened there. We now are officially in the 21st century, and we now will have to wait a couple of years to see what the team of James Bond will give us in the next film. And I am going to give Die Another Day a 1.5 stars out of 4. It's really nothing special, and especially after seeing GoldenEye giving us Pierce Brosnan for the first time as James Bond, we really didn't get a good series of films with him, and I don't necessarily think that it's his fault, but it is what it is at this point. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss Die Another Day, and I will see you in the next episode. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.